Welcome to the Wild Wild West. The West was the area of the United States that was newly gained, rarely explored. The prospect of new land led to exploration and settlement of this land. Some things that happened in this land included the Donner Party, the California Gold Rush, and the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty. Enjoy the Wild Wild West. Over here at our first attraction is the Race to the West. This game is supposed to represent traveling across the West as many migrated towards the West to gain profit and land. The donkeys are carrying items that are used to travel across the West. The significance of the game is to show the competition of Western travel as well as of the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty. This event was very important historically because it gave way to bringing thousands of people to the West after getting the land from the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty, also increasing population. So you go through here. Get on the donkey. Ride around delivering to different spots. Here we have the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty between Don Bernardo Couto and John Slidell in Guadalupe Hidalgo, or other places. And we get back here to the end. Over here we have our wandering character, who is James W. Marshall. The Wild Wild West's roaming historical figure is prospector James W. Marshall. He was a carpenter that found gold on his property in 1848 and was the first person to find gold in California. This was important because it helped start the major gold rush in California and start the major migration of people all the way across America. This also helped increase population within the state of California and the West, and its eventual statehood within the country and in history. Moving on, over here we have our restaurant titled the Donner Cafe. Welcome to the Donner Party Cafe. This restaurant is based on the Donner Party, a group of travelers moving west who got stuck in the Sierra Nevada mountains. This is significant because it gives visual representation of what the environment was like when they got stuck. Here we serve rotten flesh, sticks, charred bones, and one beloved Uno, which is one of the party's pet dogs. Out of the 87-person party, only 45 survived to make it out of the mountains. Inside we have a person stuck in the ice. And over here we have the interior of the restaurant. Moving on, in this area we have the gold mine rush. And this is the Gold Mine Rush, the roller coaster through California gold mines. This represents the amount of people going to California to test their luck after gold is discovered in the region. The gold rush occurred in 1849. Because of the gold rush, people poured in from all over the country by boat and by wagon trail. This increase in population led to California being considered for statehood, but the issue of slavery came up as well, leading to the Compromise of 1850 to decide whether or not it would be a free or slave state. And that is all for the West. Now on to the North, the land of the free. Here we have the first ride, which is Pathway to Freedom. Before that, welcome to the land of the free, the North. From 1800 to 1860, the northern U.S. experienced rapid growth, urbanization, and social reform movements. The rise of factories and more technology, especially with textiles and manufacturing, transformed cities. Railroads and canals were expanded, enhancing trade and travel while immigration surged. Many reform movements included women's suffrage, abolition, and temperance. The reliance on industry and the South's reliance on slaves and agriculture ultimately increased tensions and led to the Civil War. So over here we have the first ride. Welcome to the Pathway of Freedom. This ride is based on the Underground Railroad, which was a secret network of routes that were used to free slaves and bring them to safety in the North. Before the Fugitive Slave Act, they would often go to just the northern United States, but eventually had to go all the way to Canada to avoid being sent back to where they escaped from. This is significant because the Underground Railroad was an important part of the abolitionist movement during the 1800s. And here's the ride. Okay, I'm going to skip to the end. Welcome to freedom. And now over here we have our wandering character, and the North roaming historical character is Abraham Lincoln. He represents the North slavery policy, and he would become the president during the election of 1860. Lincoln was known for his abolition movements and policies. He was also the president to successfully emancipate all slaves in the United States in 1863. Unfortunately, after the Civil War, Lincoln was assassinated. Alright. Now over here, we have the Great Debate between John C. Fremont and James Buchanan. This is the Great Debate based on the election of 1856. This election set the stage for future sectionalism and the Civil War. This election included the overturning of power to a Democrat, James Buchanan. He defeated Republican candidate John Fremont with 174 electoral votes. In the coming years, sectionalism reached its peak before the ultimate Civil War. After Lincoln was elected as president during James Buchanan's presidency, the Dred Scott decision was made, and the president made the decision that the secession of any state was illegal. Over here, we have Land of the Free. And over here is the restaurant. And this is the Great Awakening Bed and Breakfast. Here we serve chowder and salmon, foods that are in abundance in the North because of its heavy reliance on fishing. The theme of this restaurant is the Second Great Awakening. This was a time in which people once again had heightened religious beliefs and practices. During this time, denominations such as Methodists and Baptists became popular, especially evangelism in the North, a denomination rooted in the Church of England. And that is all for the North. But before we go to the end, I wanted to go through the gold mine. And here we go. As you can see, there is loads of gold. This is an unrealistic amount of gold, as there were hardly any people who ever struck it rich out in the California Gold Rush due to the small flecks of gold in the streams and lack of massive nuggets. And over here we have the gift shop, where you can find different things that represent different areas. Fountain, red, white, and blue flowers. And that is all, and thank you again for coming to the American Dream. Thank you very much.